Hi, welcome to Thunderbird High School. My name is Caitlin Gill. I'm the Honors Integrated Science teacher here at Thunderbird. This is my open house video, so I will give you some helpful information that will be useful for you and your honors science student. This course focuses on the following units: scientific process, which was our first unit, physics, astronomy, earth processes, and weather and climate. I use the Canvas platform for online assignments and for when students are absent. And so I'm just going to show you what that looks like for your student. When your student logs onto Canvas, they have a home page here and it has the weekly agenda. This is updated every Sunday so students know what to expect for the week. All of the assignments that they turn in, they submit online. And so this is just to prevent handing in papers, considering the current health circumstances. So under grades will be anything, and this is just a test student. So this is not an actual student, but all of their grades will show right here. If they're missing anything, if it was submitted late, they can see that here. The course percentage on Canvas is going to be different from their student view or if you have parent view. The most up-to-date grade will be on student view, and we'll talk a little bit more about that shortly. And so they can see any of their grades here. If they click on an assignment that has these little text boxes, they can see any comments that I give. And so if it ever says see comments and feedback, if they click on the assignment, they can actually view my feedback in which I can write directly on their assignment. And so I can highlight, I can do all these different things, and their comments are off to the right. When I grade their work, I'm very thorough. I go through all of the questions. If they have a misunderstanding or I can see that they were confused, I let them know that, but I explain what they should be understanding. And then if they still don't understand that, then I go from there with them in class. So my feedback is very helpful for them to not make the same mistakes again. If they go in modules, all of the assignments, tests, any activities, everything is online and it's organized by date. So when students are absent for a significant amount of time, which has been often this year, everything daily is online. So if your child is at home because they have been exposed or they get COVID or they just get ill in general, please make sure that they log into Canvas and complete the daily tasks, because I do that for those online students so that they don't come back with a lot of work to catch up on. So that's our Canvas class. For homework, let me move this down. Homework in honors is generally not accepted late. That is to prepare them for honors biology next year, in which they cannot turn in any late work. However, for this class, students have 4 late homework passes for the semester because they're freshmen and we're gearing back up for school. Each semester they can turn in 4 late assignments, but it has to be that next day. So I'm pretty good at making sure if they turn in an assignment late that I collect their homework pass, because they're actually used for extra credit at the end of the semester. And so the goal here is just to get them ready for next year. Academically, if I notice a student beginning to fall behind or struggle with specific content or tasks, I do the following. I meet with the student separate from class to tutor or help in any way, and then I inform the parent if it's not being resolved. Just to let you know, and the students already know this, but if a student has a 65% or lower at the end of week 8, which is October 1st, and or the end of the semester in December, then the student is dropped from honors and put into a regular freshman class. The idea here is that we don't want students to have a low GPA because they just can't keep up in an honors class. We also don't want students to fail because they can't keep up with the honors class. And so all this does is it takes them out of my class before they fail and puts them into a class that maybe has a slower pace for them to be successful in. I use what is called the Remind app in my class so that I can communicate with students through like text messaging type. And so it's just easy and fast for them to message me and for me to message them. So if you want to join your child's Remind class to receive the messages that I send to all students, you can use the code here for the class. And so you can just send a text message to the phone number 81010, and then your text message would be this code here if you were a parent for period one or a parent for period two, it'll be down here. And so if you're interested in this, join this way. Your student can also help if needed, but you'll just get any message I send to the class. And usually these messages are reminders to submit homework assignment that day, or if a student was absent a couple days, I might check in with them to see how they're doing, if they need any help with online assignments, etc. And so you can get those messages as well. Please, if you do join, just send a message identifying whose parent you are so that I know. In student view, there's a parent view as well. It's in our Synergy application. And so if you sign up to get parent view access, you can check your students' most up-to-date grades and attendance. And so remember when I was talking about Canvas, they turn in assignments there and I do grades there, but I don't put every assignment's grade into student view or parent view, because some of those are just simple practices that I want to see how they're doing. So the most up-to-date grade will be on parent view. You can receive alerts weekly if you want, and you can download the app for easier access. And attendance, you can see up-to-date attendance as well. If you want this information, there's actually a code that you need to log on to Parent View. And so if you're interested, Amy Mickelson in our front office, and here's a phone number and an extension, can give you the code for your student so that you can log on as a parent to their Parent View app. And then the last thing is in Canvas, you can actually become a parent observer. And this is so that you can check students' grades on specific assignments. You can see what assignments were turned in late, what assignments are missing. You can even view the comments that I leave on your students' work. You can see what we're doing weekly and daily by looking at my agenda. And so if you want this information, I'm actually going to send this to all parents soon so that if you want, you can join and have access to everything that we would be doing in class all year. So the best way to contact me is through email, or if you join the Remind app, you can send messages there as well. And then my phone number for the school and my extension is here. And so just some helpful tips for parents of honors students is to check your child's work and grade on Parent View. I would check that frequently if you get access to that. Encourage your son or daughter to come in for help. My schedule is always posted in the classroom so they know when I'm available, which is almost every single day before and after school. So just remind them to come see me if they're telling you that they're struggling with content. Sometimes students are afraid to let me know that, and I don't always know until it's too late. And then remind them also to complete the online work when they're absent to prevent falling behind. I do videos of new content for notes. I tell them what they could write on paper when they're absent, to do the activities, etc. Everything is always online. So just remind them if they're sick or if they're out that they can look online to not get behind. All right. Hey, thank you for watching my open house video.